My first extraterrestrial encounter was the movie E.T. when I was about 5. I got about 5 minutes in, and then I was completely scared out of my wits. I told my mom that I would never watch this movie, and that I would not continue to watch it today. And I spent the next couple of weeks trying to convince myself that aliens weren't real, and that it was just a movie. Now, a few years went on, and I eventually opened my mind to the possibility that aliens could be real, but I was not 100% convinced. Now, this is the attitude of many Americans, and the issue that the Disclosure Project aimed to tackle. Now, the Disclosure Project is a research project that was founded by Stephen Greer in 1993. It has the goal of disclosing to the public alleged government knowledge of UFOs, extraterrestrial intelligence, and advanced energy and propulsion systems. That was not the only goal of the Disclosure Project, but it also aimed to grant amnesty to government whistleblowers who were willing to violate their security oath to give their first-hand accounts of UFOs. Now, one of the first UFO sightings in America was in Roswell, New Mexico. Roswell, New Mexico is the testing site of our very first atomic bomb. And a few short weeks after, a rancher discovered what he believed to be a crashed flying saucer on his property. Now, he brought some of the shrapnel out to the sheriff, and the sheriff found it important enough to bring to the commanding officer of the Roswell Army Air Base. Now, the airbase did in fact publicly confirm that they had found a crashed flying saucer. And shortly after they had confirmed it, the Roswell Daily Record, a local news site, came out with a story that said, "Flying saucer has been found in Roswell, New Mexico, and is confirmed by the airbase." Now, the airbase officials quickly changed their claims of a crashed flying saucer to a crashed weather balloon. Now, this was the first of many government cover-ups for extraterrestrial sightings and encounters. The biggest extraterrestrial cover-up is Project Blue Book. Project Blue Book was headed by Dr. J. Allen Heinrich, and between 1947 and 1996, it aimed to explain the 12,618 extraterrestrial encounters. Now, eventually they came to the conclusion that extraterrestrials were not real, and there was no advanced intelligence beyond the scientific knowledge that we already had. The project soon was discontinued from a report by the University of Colorado entitled "The Scientific Study of Unidentified Flying Objects." Now, a few years after this came out, Dr. Heinrich came clean. He told people that they were not told not to excite the public and to not rock the boat, and that they were simply to just debunk these claims instead of actually tell the public the truth. Now, some of the other knowledge that we have is that there are 3,500 cases where extraterrestrials have landed and left traces. There are 4,000 cases where extraterrestrials have been tracked on radar or seen by pilots. And a quote from Stephen Greer: "There is more evidence for UFOs than for black holes. Most of the theories in astrophysics and most of the evidence for most of the medicine that you take." Now, if this doesn't convince you, I don't know what will, but another convincing story for me is when my dad had a personal encounter with an alien, driving along the highway, and 3 lights appear in a triangle right above him. was completely silent. However, it lifted off and took off at what he recalls as the speed of light. Now, that's the story that convinced me. I hope you find a story that convinces you.